Hello and welcome back to our course on Six Sigma Black Belt. We have covered quality and enterprise. Now let's tackle the concept of leadership. Leading the Six Sigma process for an organization requires having specific characteristics for meeting necessary responsibilities. Six Sigma is about change, and leading an organization through continual change requires special skills and talents. So what are these special skills that a leader should have? Let's take a look. First, a leader must have the ability to solve problems. Secondly, he or she should be able to apply appropriate methods to identify and eliminate problems or bottlenecks that hinder the smooth functioning of a team or process. A leader should be well versed in the application of Six Sigma techniques to solve the problems that they're likely to face from time to time. Maintaining balanced team dynamics is another responsibility of the leader. Sustained team dynamics will help achieve organizational goals. Also, a leader should ensure that proper communication channels are established and the team is united in accepting and adopting changes and new ideas. And finally, he or she should inspire active and visible approval and support from higher management. This is important for him or her to exercise authority over the team and obtain its backing. Now let's discuss organizational roadblocks that an improvement project might face. We know that improving things means changing them. Change is difficult for many people, especially those who have been experiencing success with processes and activities that need to be improved. People will resist change, often subconsciously and without malicious intent. This resistance can create significant organizational roadblocks. So, what are these organizational roadblocks? In simple terms, all of the internal and external factors that slow down the pace of or impede the implementation of Six Sigma are known as organizational roadblocks. Some of the common internal roadblocks are the structure and culture of the organization, policies of the organization, stakeholder resistance, and so on. These act as powerful speed breakers on the path of successful implementation of Six Sigma as it imposes new and radical changes within the organization. Common external roadblocks are rules and regulations imposed by the government, market conditions, customer acceptance trends, and so on. The level of resistance to the implementation of Six Sigma depends on the type of organizational structure. For example, an organization with a rigidly centralized organizational structure tends to be more resistant to the changes likely to be caused by Six Sigma implementation than an organization with a decentralized organizational structure. So, how do we overcome these organizational roadblocks? The first technique is to modify organizational structure and culture. One of the most obvious but most difficult techniques to overcome organizational roadblocks is to modify the organizational structure and culture to an extent that the roadblocks cease to exist. In corporate settings, this can be as simple as changing the times and agendas of standing meetings, or as severe as a major restructuring to focus on core activities. The second technique is to improve organizational infrastructure. Effective communication infrastructure can nullify the effects of many organizational roadblocks. And the third technique is to provide training on change management. Providing adequate training on change management at managerial levels helps influence stakeholder mindsets to regard change as an organizational necessity. So, managing changes becomes an integral part of the project leader's job. Now is a good time to tackle the concept of change management. Why do we need change management? Change management helps organizations to rework their organizational structures, objectives, and tactical and strategic approaches. This helps the business to adapt to changing market conditions, evolving technologies, heightened customer expectations, and rapidly transforming political, social, and cultural trends. The change management process primarily aims at changing business mindsets by drawing upon the principles of industrial psychology. Let's discuss a few results of ineffective change management. First, ineffective change management may result in the unavailability of resources. Non-allocation of adequate resources necessary to implement the assigned changes is a major constraint. Second, ineffective change management may also result in improper communication. Inefficiencies multiply when information on changes to be implemented is not communicated or is miscommunicated to the personnel who are to implement those changes. So, what results in effective change management? Let's take a look. First, for change management to be effective, it is always preferable that it is entrusted to executives from senior management. Second, the need for change, along with its positive and negative implications, must be explained by the management to employees. This will help employees realize the importance of change. And finally, the change agents within an organization must be identified. These change agents should be used to smooth the change management process. This brings us to the end of this module on leadership. In the next session, we will discuss roles and responsibilities in Six Sigma. We look forward to seeing you there. Thank you for learning with us.